Hello and welcome to ACS Golf and today's review, which I'm extremely excited about because I've managed to get my hands on this. The Mizuno ST-G driver, literally been out for I think only a month so far, and I've managed to get my hands on one to review for you guys. So this will be the model at the sort of back end of this year's 2023 and will run into 2024. I'm assuming in 2024 they'll have a new lineup of the STZ and the STX, but the ST-G was always their low spin sort of high adjustable driver for the better players. So I'm really excited to get my hands on one of these to test for you guys. It's sort of an average golfer because this probably isn't exactly suited for me, but let's see if it will still work. So yes, and if you've never tried a Mizuno driver before as well, if you're watching this, do go out and try them because they are great. I mean, Keith Mitchell this year has one in the bag, and he's been, I think, the 11th overall for average distances on PGA Tour. So it shows that they're really now up there with the big boys. So do test them out because they're gorgeous and they're just lovely clubs. Believe me, when they say nothing feels like a Mizuno, it does include the drivers from the ones I've tested before. Now, as always, we'll have a close look at the club, come back here, talk about all the technology, get down to the range, throw some figures at you, and then we'll do the ACS Golf scale, and then we'll discuss if I think I can put this in the bag. Because to be honest, the looks of it, I mean, it's got that little dark, it's beautiful, and I really want to, so we'll discuss that at the end of this video. Now, just quickly, a little bit of admin. So if you've watched my channel before, you know that reviews normally come out on Sundays. Don't worry, a new review is coming out this Sunday and will be every Sunday going forward. However, due to the fact I've got so much stuff to review for you guys, what I'm going to do is brand new equipment, so stuff that relates to 2023. I'm now going to release these on a Friday. So some weeks basically you're going to get 2 reviews, and then maybe even another extra video in there as well. You know that I tend to release every now and again on a Wednesday. But yes, so brand new equipment for the year we're in. Obviously, when we get to 2024, when I get my hands on them, they'll be released on a Friday. So there you go. So don't worry, still going to be reviewing equipment on the Sundays, which is secondhand clubs or even brand new clubs, but just last year model that you can still buy in shops and get fitted for. That it could be potentially a great bargain. But anything that's brand new, I'll be doing now on a Friday to make sure that I can get everything to you, because I think I've got like 20 clubs I've got my hands on at the moment to review for you guys. If I do one a week, we'll be here forever. So there you go. Okay, now that's the last bit of admin. So do remember as well, sorry, to subscribe to the channel, because obviously you do not want to miss out on any of the cool stuff that I have to review for you guys. So remember to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon as well so you don't miss out. Okay, there we go. Now let's have a closer look at this club, because believe me, it is a thing of beauty. So there you go, a close look at the club, and it's gorgeous. It'd be perfect if it was a nice sunny day here in the UK. The sun would be coming in at the moment to really show you just how beautiful this club is. I mean, I love the black on it, and I don't know if you can see there, but there you go. Sort of had a carbon effect there with the black in front, and they've got like a black line around the back as well of it, and the shape as well. It's very traditional, better players shape. So very squat, bit squashed, and you got that deep face in the front. It's a thing of absolute beauty. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's artwork in my mind when it comes down to this driver. Mizuno drivers is literally like artwork. But anyway, I'm going down a different route here. Let's get into the technology of this club. So first things first, Max convergent fast track. So we've got 2 weights, here we go, that can be pushed to more extreme positions for ultra low spin to mid low spin setting. So I tested this in the mid low spin setting, so the 2 weights at the back, so they're more forgiving side of the club as well. The weight's right at the front, less forgiving at the back, more forgiving and more spin, which suits my swing speed better. I did try the weights at the front, and I'll discuss that later on, but the majority of the time I did have them at the back. And one thing as well is, you can move them up to the front. So you move them up to the front and obviously becomes a low spin bomber. Back, increase the spin a little bit more, increase the forgiveness. But then you've got so many options in the track. You can have both weights, move them into the fade setting if you need to, really sort of counteract that draw, or move them into the draw setting to counteract that fade, or maybe in the middle. There's so many options with this club. It's great. But then, maybe you need to go and get fitting really to maximize this out, because there are some great settings there. But then again, if you go increasing your swing speed, then you've got the option to maybe move those weights up if you start with them at the back. So great option when it comes down to adjustability. I do enjoy that. And it's just fun to have a little fiddle every now and again, to be honest, and change things up. Going into head shape, as I said, compact 444 444cc player profile. So that inviting pear shape. So not 460, 44, a little bit smaller, which again screams that sort of player's driver there. So yeah, and like I said, I do love the shape of it. I really do. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Just, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So moving on to the face of the club. So new beta rich TI LFS. So the ST-G boosts a new lighter, faster face material, measuring 9% higher in tensile strength compared to the SAT 2041. I'm assuming that's the previous model, for a complex multi-thickness face geometry. Tour testing demonstrated an average 1.5 miles per hour ball speed improvement compared to the SAT 2041. Great. 1.5 miles per hour ball speed is fantastic. You're not going to complain about that. Moving on, we have an expanded carbon toe wrap. So originally, you only had the carbon on the top. Now what they've done here is, you can see they've actually wrapped it around there. You can see the carbon there. There you go. So they've got sort of a carbon wrap, and it's gone around here into the toe as well to save weight. So an extension of lightweight carbon into the toe section allows an even greater level of shop shape adjustability. Fantastic. Tour tested for sound, a combination of Mizuno's Cortex chamber, there you go, and internal tuning ribs creates a more solid feel of impact in the full range of weight settings. And that's another thing they've got as well in here, it hasn't really mentioned, but you've got that Cortex chamber there. But the idea is you have that chamber for low hits, you still get good ball speeds that aid forgiveness. It's a new thing they brought in this year for their drivers. So, and it's worked really well, actually, to be fair. It's been a quite a jump up from Mizuno, especially when it comes down to ball speed and getting fast ball speed and getting them up closer to those, the big boys, the TaylorMade, the Callaways, the Titleist. So it has worked. Good bit of technology there. Now they've got a quick switch hosel, which I quite like, actually. I didn't realize this until the range. Yes, I have taken the head off, but with this hosel, you don't actually have to take the head off. You can undo it, twist it, put it back on and tie it up. You don't have to take the whole head off. A lot of drivers need to take the head off, put back in this, and sort of have it on. There you go. You lift it, goes up a little bit like that, and then you can twist it and then put it back in. So you don't actually have to completely take it off, which is quite a nifty thing, actually. I quite enjoyed that. Small little things in life, and I did quite enjoy that. You have 4 degrees of adjustability in this hosel to fine-tune address and trajectory. So it says 4 degrees, but it's actually slightly a bit off. So this is 9.5 head, and this diagram is 9.5. So you can put it up by 1, but it's actually 10.62 loft, so a little bit more than 1. And you put up again to 11.75 degrees. So it's actually like 2.25, isn't it? 2.25. And the same goes down below. You can take to 8.375 degrees, or take it all the way down to 7.25 degrees. But do be aware, obviously, changing that will change the face angle. So going up to that 11.75, face angle is going to be -3, so it's going to be closed, which is going to be a bit more draw biased. And if you go down to 7.25, it's going to be open, which is going to be a little bit more fade biased, which again is another aspect of adjustability in this club, that you can use a hosel to adjust that face to get it the way you want as well. So again, great piece of technology there. And just finally moving into the specs. So you can get this head in 9.5 degrees or 10.5 degrees. You can't get it any higher, you can't get it any lower. 10.5 as well, you can only get in right hand, you can't get left handed. So do be aware of that. They're really pushing this, players sort of driver 9.5, that's all you need. You can adjust the hosel if you need more degrees. So there you go. Just give that loft, 7.5 to 12.5, well, 11.5 roughly. We just said it's a little bit off, and then 10.5, obviously you can go to 8.5 up to 12.5. Also, shaft length is 45.25 inches. You'll find that's probably about 0.25 inches shorter than normal. Just what Mizuno do. They've been doing it for years. The idea to give you that little bit more control. So do be aware of that. Shaft wise, get any premium shafts in it. I got this, the Kylie. That's definitely not how you pronounce it. I'm sure you guys know which one it is. The blue Mitsubishi, which for me, to be honest, works absolutely great because it's got a very flexible tip, which is perfect for someone with my tack angle, which is shocking, helps get the ball in the air. So very happy with that shaft as well. And also, it's quite good at matches. Got a little blue, little bit of blue, black. I do love when clubs match their shafts. That's great. Anyway, so there's all the technology that's in this club. Loads there, and the main thing to take away from this is adjustability. There's so much adjustability in it that it's crazy. So yeah, do be aware of that. Okay, cool. Now let's get down to range, throw some figures at you, and then we'll come back in here and we'll discuss the ACS golf scale, and I'll let you know if I'm going to put this in the bag. I really want to. We'll wait and see. Also, by the way, the TI LF face, what was it? LFS face is forged as well. It's what makes it feel even nicer, believe me. All right, let's get down to the range and throw some figures at you. So before I jump in those figures, what I look for with a driver on average is a total distance of 250 yards, ball speed around 150 miles per hour, and then swing speed around 97 miles per hour. So getting into the figures from the ST-G, I had on average a carry of 214 yards, total distance of 251 yards, so one up above the sort of the average I look at. Swing speed was actually 98 miles per hour, so up by 1 mile per hour, which is quite good. Ball speed was 147 miles per hour, so a bit lower than 150 I wanted. Launch angle 12 degrees and height 59 feet. And that's really something I could tell with obviously the carry. For me, my launch angle, I need a bit of a more spinnier driver really, because the spin actually helps get it in the air. If I could get the launch angle right, which I did at one point, sort of 14 degrees, still a little bit shy, but with 14 degrees, I had a height of 76, total distance 159, carry 230, which is a bit more than what I would expect really. So, you could tell straight away from those figures that this is quite a low spinning driver, even with those weights at the back, but overall, quite strong performance. So there you go. So distance wise was pretty much spot on, around that 250 mark. Average was 251 that I'd want from a driver. And then ball speed was a little bit lower actually. I normally want about 150. I was only getting that 147. I did get a few over the 150, but I just couldn't hit the middle of the face. I don't know if it's the shaft was a little bit shorter, but I just kept on hitting out here. And the moment I hit in the middle of the face and I got 152, which speaks about the forgiveness of the club, which we will discuss in a second. I will say though, I walked away, did a few other things at the range, and then came back and did just some long drives with the stealth. And I was like, I'm hitting the stealth cover. Let's bring this back in. And then I managed to get up to a 273 total distance. I had a 264 total distance and like a 259 total distance as well. So the distance is definitely in there. It's just the forgiveness, I think, aspect of this club, which we'll get into. We will get into that. So, distance. I have given this a 4 out of 5. I think the distance is very good. Don't think it's bad at all. But compared to some of the drivers in 2024, it's not quite there with them. It's not outstanding, basically. So, very solid distance, but not outstanding. So, 4 out of 5, which is, don't get me wrong, is very good. But you need to remember with this, it's not just about the distance, it's also about the workability. And when I did try and fade it, I could easily do it. If I really wanted to overdo a draw, I could easily do it. For someone who doesn't do workability that much, I could easily get this moving. So for someone who's a lower handicap than me, can hit the ball better, you'll have no problem shaping this the way you want to shape it, which is another aspect of this club. It's not just a distance, so you get good distance with that shaping capability. So can't complain with that. So not bad. Now on to the feel. 5 out of 5. I love the way modern Mizuno drives feel. This out the middle felt so lovely. It felt powerful. It felt springy. It felt soft. It just felt beautiful out the middle. And unfortunately, I wasn't hitting in the middle as much as I wanted to. But when I did hit the middle, I was like, it's just balls gone. It was beautiful. I love the feel of these Mizuno drivers. So I've given it a 5 out of 5. For me, they're one of the best feeling drivers out there currently. So yes, I will say that's the weight at the back. When the weights come forward and they're right behind it, that feel does drop down a little bit because obviously you've got so much mass behind that face there. So do be aware of that. But in general, very, very, very good. 5 out of 5. Loved it. Going on to looks now. Looks. 4.5 out of 5. I absolutely love this. I love the shape of it. I love the colours. I might like a little bit more blue in there, like the traditional Mizuno, maybe the Cortex blue, like the 2023 ST-Z, STX have. But just the shape of it, that face, 4.5 out of 5. The only reason I've given it 4.5 and not a 5, I just think the tracks could easily collect a bit of dirt. So yeah, so this is all filled in and just have weights there, or somehow, then it'll be a 5 out of 5. But for me, 4.5 out of 5. Just look at it. It's just thing of beauty, absolute thing of beauty. Now on to forgiveness. Now, as I've said, I did really find there was quite a few drop off of ball speed. That's why I wasn't hitting that 150 on average. And like I said, I did not hit this in the middle that often. I think the shorter shaft and the flex as well, this just had a little bit more kick at it, so I just couldn't quite get the flex there. I think if I tested it for a lot longer, well, I think I still hit 50 balls with it. But if I took this out and had it in the bag for a couple of months, I think I could definitely get that below the face a lot more. But it's a good test to test forgiveness. So guys who don't hit the middle of the face all the time, can watch this and realise that it's not that forgiving club. So forgiveness-wise, I've given it a 3 out of 5 with the weights at the back. At the front, a 2 out of 5. You miss the middle of the face with the weights in the front, the ball speed drops down massively. And that's a lot of what the other reviews have said. But again, this is a player's driver. This is for the person who wants to shape the ball, who's a very consistent hitter of the face. And so it's quite what's the word I'm looking for? It's nice, really. The fact that Mizuno have gone out and gone, this is for this market, and we're going to make it for this market. So we're going to make it less forgiving. We're going to concentrate on the feel, the playability, with the idea that they're going to be hitting it in the middle of the face. While you go to TaylorMades and your Callaway's and your Pings, etc., who all just increase that forgiveness. So don't get me wrong, better players also want forgiveness, but Mizuno with this driver, I feel, have literally gone, all right, this is what we want. This is the category of player that's going to be using this driver. So let's nail it for them. And this is what I really think they've done with it. I think they've done. I think they made an amazing club hit, and they've really done it like that. They've gone, all right, your high handicappers, your mid handicappers, who don't strike the ball that well, who have the slowest speed, aren't going to be using this. So let's take them out of the equation. We've still got the ST-Z, the STX model for them. Let's take them out of the equation, and let's just concentrate on the guys who are going to be using it and what their needs are. So there you go. So 2 out of 5, I'd say, with it weights right at the front. If you're missing the face completely, if you're a really good player and you're just missing sort of the middle of it, then obviously your forgiveness rating, I think you'll probably still find it has enough forgiveness for you. So there you go. So there's forgiveness rating with it. 3 at the back for your average golfer, 2 at the front for your average golfer. Your better golfer, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. And then we get on to the price. So the price of this. Remember, this is brand new. And this is another reason why I'm not doing these reviews on Sunday and I'm doing them now on a Friday, because price is a little bit different. A lot of the time with the clubs I do on a Sunday, I look at the second-hand market. I'm not looking at the second-hand market. I'm looking in shops, brand new. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you can get this in the second-hand market for cheap, well, for less money, but I'm not really concentrating on that at the moment. I'm concentrating on going, getting yourself fitted, going straight to that shop, straight to source. And here in the UK, I've seen this for £449 at the moment at a place called Clubhouse Golf, which is one of the bigger retailers here in the UK. Other stores, it's retailing at £499, but no, £449 for a brand new driver. Can't complain with that. US, I have tried to find it over there, and I think the one I found was $600, but I can't be right. But do let me know if you're watching this in US or Australia or anywhere, what's this retailing at the moment in your country, and what does that compare to other drivers? Because remember, this is brand new. This is basically 2024 technology put into this club for that early release. And so going against clubs that this year that are soon going to be replaced next year, probably with the way the golf market's going, even more expensive drivers, then you start to go, hold on, I can save myself a bit of money here. So I'm looking at the other LST versions, low spin versions. Sorry, LST, that's ping. But the low spin versions are sort of more player version models. So, TaylorMade Stealth 2 Plus, brand new, you're looking at £529. Paradigm Triple Diamond, Callaway, you're looking at £529. This is all from Clubhouse Golf, actually. Ping G430 LST, £529. Titleist TSR 3, £529. So basically, you could go get yourself fit for this for £80 and have a newer version over the TaylorMade and the Callaways. Don't get me wrong, the Ping and the Titleist are going to be running into next year, so they're still their current model. But when it comes down to the Paradigm and TaylorMade, they're going to be replaced next year. So you're suddenly going there, well, hold on, I'm paying £80 more for a driver that next year is actually going to be old. Don't get me wrong, they're amazing drivers. I play the Stealth 2, the normal one, love it. But it's no brainer in my mind anyway, if you're looking for that low spin, and you're not going to get the adjustability either in any of those clubs like you do in this. So there you go. The only ALS one that is cheaper, I will say, is the Aerojet, which is £429, but that always tends to be a little cheaper. So there you go. So price, I'm getting it 3.5 out of 5. Can't complain with that. I think it's very good. Very happy with it. 3.5 out of 5. I think it's good. The rest of them, 2.5 out of 5, I'd say, the other clubs, because that's what you expect. But this is because it's a little bit cheaper. It's coming in a little bit below the other guys, and it's a very good club. 3.5 out of 5. So there you go. There's the ACS Golf Scale. Now, on to the main bit. Am I going to put this in a bag? Well, I've started now registering my swing speed with this. With this, it's probably 1 mile per hour faster than my average. My average is probably with a Stealth about 97 miles per hour. With this, it's about 98. The fastest one I swung was 101, so happy with it. But I just can't find the middle of the face. And when I do, it feels lovely, but generally, I just couldn't find the middle of the face. I think I could practice more and I could get it there, but with my attack angle, I tend to need a little bit more spin to get more carry. So as I mentioned, I had 273 with there, which is really good distance for that. Longest on the day when I was doing that sort of drive, fast drive, on the track where it is when you're at the range, was the Stealth 284. So for me, as much as I'd love to put this in the bag, and I would really enjoy having it in the bag, it took me a while to get the middle of that face. I know I could do it, but probably take me a while to get used to it. And then the problem is when it's a cold winter's day and I'm not swinging well, I'm not going to be hitting the middle of this face. I'm probably not going to be swinging the club fast enough to generate enough ball spin, even with the weight at the back, and I'm going to be massively punished. When with the Stealth, I just have a lot more forgiveness in there, and because it's your normal driver, I've got more spin as well. So even on my bad shots, I can still get some okay distance with them. So unfortunately, as much as I want to put this in the bag, it's not right for me. What's my handicap at the moment? 10.9 handicap at the moment. Not quite hitting the face all the time. I think I need as much help as I possibly can to help bring my handicap down. I don't think that's the club. This is the club, sorry. I don't think this is the club. So very upsetting because I love it. got a little bird as well, the flying bird at the front there. There you go. Very upsetting because I absolutely love this car. I think it's amazing, but it's just not right for me. But doesn't mean that it's not right for you guys. So do go and check it out. You know, if you're looking for a low spin, playable driver, you will not be disappointed by this. Go and check it out now at the range. Well, at the range, sorry. Well, go and try at the range, obviously, but go and check it out in the shops. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do remember to give us a like down below if you did. Comment down below if you play Mizuno drivers and what you think of them, because, like I said, I think they're great. I've had the Mizuno ST-X in the bag for quite a while, a couple of years ago, and I loved it. So do let me know. And also, remember to subscribe to the channel for weekly reviews and also the extra reviews every now and again on a Friday, which shows new equipment. Okay, guys, I'll catch you this Sunday actually for the next ACS Golf review. See you then.